Hello everyone, Jose J with Garcia Home University here, bringing you a motivational video. So, I made a previous video, I think about a week ago, on show me your friends, I'll show you your future. That comes from a very inspirational mentor, coach, and YouTube sensation to an extent that I watch. But and he says that over and over. It's like, where do you want to be in the next 5 years depends on who you surround yourself with, and that's huge, because it's very true. If you hang around negativity, naysayers, before you know it, even if you don't realize you're doing it, you are right there with them. But in that same token, I wanted to add, because I heard somebody make a comment of something like, there's not really any good books you can read that can make you successful. And that comment couldn't have been any more wrong in every sense. If you cannot find books that'll help you succeed, you're just not looking in the right department. That's all there's to it. There's many, and that's one thing that every successful individual reads to a certain amount. I know, I can't remember the amount of books that Warren Buffett reads in a week, but it's up there. It's pretty aggressive. So and somebody like Buffett, somebody like all these mentors, you almost figure like, well, they're already successful. It does not mean that they don't continue to sharpen themselves, mentally. So they're always reading. I try to read every day, at least 20 minutes. I got so many things going, but that's not an excuse, and it's not a good reason. You have to read, but you have to read the right thing. People's Magazine is not going to work, people. Don't read that. And you don't need to know that. You hear about it that enough anyway. So, but you have to read. Depends on what you're trying to get into. I would suggest, obviously, try to find those books around that. And trying to grab my pad. I'm actually through a drive-through right now. I gotta pay, but could have waited a couple minutes for the video, I suppose. But I couldn't wait to get on here and just talk about books. I love books. You'll see a lot of my posts. I'm reading. My backgrounds they're all about books, and that's my goal. Is just from now when I have a bigger home, the whole back of my office, I want it to just be books, like a massive library kind of thing. No, you cannot borrow them, by the way. Pretty picky with my books. but one book that I would highly suggest, and this same book was suggested for me, years when I first started getting started, it had that motivation, it had that everything about it. This book, I think, has been written by every successful individual. Has to be. And there's actually a second version. I can more than happy to tell you what that version is. I actually have not finished reading it, but that is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That book is awesome. Somebody made a comment one time about, every time you read it, you get something different out of it. And it's kind of shocker, because I read it for the second time and it was like, wow, and it is. And that goes, I guess, hand in hand with what you're able to understand, comprehend as you're doing things in life, just in general. When I first started getting into real estate, it was like, the very first seminar I went to, I was just green. I mean, I didn't know a thing about it. So even the questions that people were asking, I was just like, oh, I was that green. So I didn't have any questions. I don't know what I was talking about. It was that. So it's almost like, once you start getting into whatever niche, whatever department you like, whatever you're chasing to succeed in, these questions just start arising because you learn more and more. You never know what you didn't know, right, kind of thing. So yeah, once you read it the second time, for instance, obviously you've succeeded to a certain extent in certain things, and you're just able to pick up a little bit more and understand things a little bit more every time. So definitely check it out if you're looking at getting into anything, trying to succeed at anything, and you have not read it, or even if you just need that boost, that kick in the rear, I suppose. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Awesome book. There's a second version also that I'm in about 3/4 into it, reading it. I'm actually listening to it between audio and reading it, and there's a reason behind that. But if you want me to tell you on that one, just send me a message. I'd be happy to suggest that book as well. But bottom line, read. Not People's Magazine. Read successful books. All right, visit my page, our site, if you want mobile home investing, GarciaMobileHomeUniversity.com. Any questions, J@GarciaMHU.com. Till next time, thank you for watching.